Finally, we have the independent report from the Raping Gang inquiry, the independent inquiry, promoted by Rupert Lowe. It was chaired by Sammy Woodhouse, who is a victim of grooming gangs. So again, there could have been nobody better to actually chair this. It only lasted for 2 weeks. Rupert raised over £600,000 in crowdfunding to actually make it happen, but sought to see many witnesses, many whistleblowers, many contributors that all have a voice about this scandal, which is probably the biggest criminal activity that this country has ever known. 217 pages of report that give background in infinite detail about exactly what has gone on. Unfortunately, it seems that the mainstream media has chosen to ignore this. They've actually just buried it. But that doesn't diminish from the fact that there have been over, conservatively, 250,000 rapes, murders, grooming of young white girls by, according to this, 87% of which have been carried out by Pakistani Muslim men. This is a criminal endemic on an industrial scale, and we continue to do nothing about it. Cited in this, there are instances where mayors of big cities, councillors, politicians, the police, NHS workers, local authorities have either been contributive to this or have been contributive in actually covering it up. It's a national scale. This has got more publicity in America than it has actually even got here in the United Kingdom. Baroness Longfield, who is charged with the national inquiry with a £65 million budget that was brought kicking and screaming by our late Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who did everything to prevent an inquiry happening, limited the scope of that inquiry, and so far we've heard very little from the Baroness except for one committee meeting where she literally was seen to smile and smirk her way through it. This is appalling. This cannot go away. We have to make sure, for the sake of all of these victims, probably more than 250,000, if the truth be known, that they actually see justice and the perpetrators and co-conspirator in covering it up are actually brought to justice. So here's what we can do. Rupert Lowe is, having found out in this 217 pages exactly what's going on, he's now going to pursue independently activity of prosecutions against perpetrators. He's going to hunt them down, he's going to name them in the House of Commons, and he's actually going to follow it up with proceedings. But all of that takes money. It's going to take a great deal of money to bring those prosecutions to court. So what I would appeal to all of you to do is to continue to contribute to the crowdfunding that Rupert Lowe has started, because that's the only way these victims are going to see justice. This is some of their testament. It's mind-boggling. It's concerning. But as usual, don't take my word for it. Look at the details below, download this inquiry and read it for yourself, and also see where you can crowdfund Rupert Lowe's next activity. All credit to him. He's not going away from this.